But I guess my whole point is I'm not one of those people that would actually argue. And then, obviously if you kind of argue, sometimes they will or won't, right? But
Just to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Just, it's so much easier to just give you the refund.
Yes. So I don't go to that length. But if it's in with, I do think that if it is within the return policy, then you should be able to do it. Welcome back to We Time Convo, where everyday decisions turn into big debates. I'm Debbie. Liza's out today, but our producer, Irene, is jumping in with me.
Hey everyone! And today we're talking returns. Do you return it? And should you?
Because being within the return policy doesn't always mean it feels right.
Use it once, gift, change your mind.
We're breaking down the guilt, the rules, and where we personally draw the line.
Grab your coffee.
This is We Time Convo. So Irene, are you a person that likes to return? Not that you like to. Well, are you okay returning things that you bought?
Yes, actually I just returned one to Japan.
You returned it to Japan? Like you'll actually, so you will return things. My next question is, will you return things that you've used, and would you return it if after you used it? And if so, what situations?
I can't remember on the top of my head returning a clothing, but I am planning to. I just used this sweater and I thought that it's really too big.
Okay.
I really took out the tags.
Yes.
And I don't think I can take it. I'm like, this costs money.
Yes.
And if I'm not going to use it,
yes,
I should return it. Or maybe just exchange, actually.
Okay. No, that's good. The reason why I asked this question is I struggle. I struggle with returning things in a sense that, well, one, I feel that if I use it, I feel like I've already used it, so I shouldn't return it. Yeah. But then to your point, if the return policy says
that's right,
you can return it,
why not?
Why not, right?
So I have a confession. There was this one return that I was really embarrassed to do.
Now, what makes you embarrassed to return something?
So that one was Costco.
Okay.
And I just heard that Costco lets you return plants.
Okay.
Right? So I got these plants. They're so beautiful, right? I saw them. I think I got like 5 of them.
Wow. So not just a little bit.
I know.
Okay.
And so, of course, I thought that I could be a gardener with green thumb and I can just flourish them and they'll grow even more beautiful. And unfortunately, they died.
Okay.
Right. But I was thinking, oh my God, should I return it? I never took out the stickers.
Okay.
Maybe subconsciously, I knew I couldn't do it.
But you felt guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Because you purchased it.
Yes.
You had every intent to probably keep it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and you're saying that, hey, it died and it's probably my fault.
Yes.
It wasn't a defect to what you purchased.
No, of course not, right? So I don't know maybe I just didn't water it enough.
You always just a water. You always, So I'm very similar where I aspire to like, hey, I think I can
be a gardener, be a painter.
And it just doesn't happen for whatever reason, right?
Because it takes time and you really have to study. It's either you put more fertilizer, soil, compost,
sure,
whatever, like less sunlight. And so what I did was I just brought it in the car, right?
Okay.
I didn't.
So what made you decide, like, you know what, it's dead. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can return it.
Well, there's no leaves and it's all dry.
It was in really bad shape.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like somewhat dead. It was dead.
Yes. So and
but then what told you like I'm going to return this?
The return policy. I'm like this is a waste of money. Like it's Costco's fault for letting me think that I can do this.
Okay, so you knew that Costco has a pretty forgiving return policy.
Yes. And yes, I didn't take out the stickers and that's what I just heard. So I'm just like,
let me try.
Right?
Let me try. And how far, so by the time you purchased it to the time you killed this plant, what was that duration? Was it like in a month? Was it like 6 months? Was it over a year? Like, what was the duration? Because I think duration is also important.
I honestly don't remember, but I think, and we will have to verify, it's 1 year from the time you purchased the plant.
Okay.
So
I don't within the 1 year or outside of that 1 year?
Oh, it was well within. So
The 1 year.
yeah, so I just went there. I just left the plants in the back of my car. Maybe because first I don't want to do that trek back and forth, and then they will say, "Oh, sorry, you heard wrong," right? But I was like, I think I was embarrassed.
Because you're rolling in barely dead plants. Okay. And you're like, but let me check. Okay, so you basically went to Costco.
Yes.
You had your dead plants in your trunk, and you, instead of taking it with you, you decided, let me see if they'll accept it.
Yes.
So you left it in your trunk and you went to see if they would return it, and then you would just grab it.
Yes. So when I went there, so the girl at return counter said, yeah, it's okay if it's within 1 year.
So you were truthful to say, hey, I'm going to return these plants. They're dead. You didn't explicitly say dead.
No.
You just said,
I'm just going to return some plants. Is it possible? And then that's all she said.
So you didn't even say that they were dead. Yeah. You just said returning plants.
Yeah.
Okay.
She will see it.
No, but you didn't explicitly say that.
No.
You just said, hey, I bought plants. I'd like to return them. And she's like, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I still have my receipt. Or I think sometimes even if you don't have your receipt, they
it's
can
in your,
yeah. And so
no problem.
No problems. I rolled it, right?
No. So did they return it right then and there? Or did you say, okay, since you said yes, now let me go get my plants and then we can do the return?
Yes.
So you did the latter.
Yes. So I did that. So I went back to my car, grabbed the plants. And then as I was returning it, there's a lady, like an older lady, looking at me and looking at the plants.
So you just felt it.
Oh my God, yes,
you
of course.
The judgment.
Yes, of course. And she was like talking to the girl, and then like, you can see, or maybe I'm just so
sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive. And she even went to me and like, are you returning the plants? I'm like, yes.
So was this a customer or was it
a customer?
So it was an actual customer that asked you, "Are you returning those plants?"
Like,
okay.
Yes. Like I was.
Oh my God! So you weren't even imagining it. You were like, "Wow, she really was looking at me." Mm-hmm. Did you felt judgment there?
Of course. It was rightfully deserved.
No, but so she asked you. So this other customer asked you, "Are you returning those plants?"
Yes.
And you said yes. And what did she say?
Like, muttering under her breath probably, and like talking to the girl she was with. Like, I don't care.
So you really felt her judging you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't like curiosity. It was more like judgment.
Curiosity plus judgment, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Miss.
Well, she was right. I'm in this case, like I feel like I was the carrot, not her.
But let's go back again. The return policy says you can return it. So, okay. So anyways, so you went, you got it. Were you able to return it once they saw the condition of the plant?
Yeah. The girl at the counter didn't even say anything. But I don't know, like.
Did you feel judgment there?
Oh, no. From the employee, they probably, I'm not sure how often they
see things.
Yeah, see things, right?
So you were able to return it. Yeah. Out of curiosity, how much did you get out of that?
I think
did you get a return in like credit or like a Costco credit, or did you get a return back to like your original?
So if you don't have your receipt, you get the credit, right?
Yeah.
So I think I got the credit.
But
I only returned for whatever reason I lost the other one's spot, so I didn't have the sticker.
4 out of the 5 you returned.
Yeah, which is
all 4 were dead.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and how much did you think that was like? What? How?
It was like 20 per plant. Something. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I was really feeling bad. Like this is just a waste of money, right?
Because you had every intent to keep it alive.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards for you. Mm-hmm. So I am glad I have a Costco story myself. And I'm going to tell you, this is why I will always shop at Costco.
Okay.
Because
that's why
I always shop at Costco. And I'll tell you, when I shop at Costco, It is not cheap because I shop for a family.
Yes.
And so my husband hates me going to Costco because he knows that I can easily spend anywhere from $300 to $600.
Average. Because
On
you're like
average.
thinking, oh, I'm just going to get this one thing
Yes.
or two things. And you still end up with
Yes.
a cart full of stuff.
I'm going to tell you, by no means is it cheap for me to go to Costco. And I go to Costco so because it was so crazy, I am now consciously telling everybody I'm only going to Costco once a month because every time I go, it's a couple of $100s. So the once a month, at least I hit myself up for once a month and that's it. And then I really, even if I need something during that month, I really say, I'm not going to Costco.
Wow, that's
I'm
discipline.
not.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the story. And this is why I'm kind of like you where I feel like bad because I'm like, you know what? I bought it. I used it. But now I'm realizing that these companies, they make a lot of money out of us just trying stuff. And I would bet you most people don't necessarily return it. They just throw it away because it takes effort to return something.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, time, energy, and like you said, there's the psychological judgment, not even from just even your own judgment, right? So now I'm starting to tell myself like, no. These are big companies. They prey
Yes, I saw on our weakness.
on our weakness, right? And so as long as it's within that return policy, or even if it's not, I don't see. I mean, this is money. So for example, it's the new year. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is really kind of declutter. So I went through my pantry and I had a couple of things that I bought in intent, one, to use it, but two, I did use it and we just, for whatever reason, didn't finish it, never continued to use it, right? So I had things that were never opened. And I had things that were open, but not completely used. Maybe I used it once or twice, but never really used. So I don't know. Somehow I told myself like, hey, you know what? I got these things from Costco. So let me go ahead and see if I can return it.
Do you remember when you bought them?
I'm going to tell you, it was well over a year.
Oh my God.
It was probably 2+ years, but you can tell that these items were from Costco. So I will tell you, so I went in, I'm like, okay, first, psychologically, I'm telling myself, this is so shameful. Like I already feel embarrassed, right? But I go, but what am I going to do with this? Because again, here's my train of thought. Because I come from, immigrant family, parents. And so it's always a waste, right? So it's very hard for me to even throw stuff away.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Me too.
So it's hard for me to throw stuff away, but it's also, I know the likelihood of us using it is zero. So if it has to be thrown away, it has to be done by somebody else. It can't be done by me.
Oh, me too.
Right?
I like stuff. Do whatever you want. Just don't let me see them.
Yes. So now I probably had 9 items. I recall because I know exactly what the number. So I had 9 items. I knew that those 9 items were from Costco, and the span of these items was well over 3 years. So something as old as 3 years ago to something that was probably done like just recently.
But are they expired?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. But some were used, some were not ever used, right? So I'm like, okay. So I had to gear myself up, right? And I'm telling myself like, it's a waste of money for me to just keep it. It's a waste of space. But I know Costco has a very forgiving return policy, right? And then I tell myself, the items here is not even 5% of whatever I've spent at Costco. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see what I can do.
Did you tell Peter or your mom?
I didn't tell Peter and I didn't tell my mom because, again, I was embarrassed. My husband would literally tell me, you are insane. Just throw it out. Why would you do that? So my husband is completely opposite of me. He will buy something regardless if it's able to return or whatever. Even things that he bought that he didn't even use, even if it's within the window, he just won't return. He's not a return person. He never returns anything.
Yeah, like the 500 bottle wine.
Oh yeah. He would
$500
he
bottle
would
of
accept
wine.
the fact that, hey, I bought it. I committed to it. That was my decision. So even if we bought something and 2 days later he says, you know what, I'm probably not going to use that, or I don't want it, he still won't return it. He'll just either give it away or he'll just let it sit there. So anyways, I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell Peter because, like I said, judgment, right? So all he knew is I'm going to return stuff, right? So
Check your car.
he didn't check. So I go to Costco and it's not even just, it's like little things, right? So I'm like, oh God, this is going to be really interesting because she's going to have to take, like I said, 9 items.
But at least, unlike mine, people don't see that it's 3 years old.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I'm still thinking there's judgment, right? Like, so I go in, I have it in my cart, and I slowly start taking it out. And she's just like, no judgment. Actually, she's like, she knows I'm there for return. And the first thing, obviously, that they ask is, your membership card and your receipt. And I said, hey, I don't have a receipt, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere either on my card. And okay, I did a little bit of a white lie. I said, these are things that my husband bought.
Yeah, so kind of like your husband.
Yeah. I go, these are things that my husband bought. I need to return it, right? And so because they were so old, she's like, she goes, I don't have a receipt. I go, but you can look it up on mine. And if you don't find it on mine, it's more likely on his. And she was just like, oh, it's on his card? I go, well, he also has access to his parents' card, right? And she's like, oh, okay, but I don't have access to his parents' card. So anyway, she starts looking it up and obviously she can't find it, right? Because they're so old. But she knows it's on their list because she knows it's still like items that Costco carries. So she's able to actually return them, but at a store credit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's something. Right?
It's something. And this is what I appreciate about Costco, because I think you're absolutely right, is they have a very forgiving policy. And I think their employees are trained or are aware that this is just kind of the working of business, right? And so I felt zero judgment in returning these things. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually getting these returned.
I think maybe you're right. They're probably trained. Otherwise,
yes,
people won't return stuff. And
so
that's one of their best services.
Yes. So honestly, out of the 9 items, I got 8 of those items returned. And honestly, I could care less if I got the full price of them, because at the end of the day, even a little bit was good, right? And so I think I got almost $100 out of it, because like I said, it wasn't big items. These were like, items to use, in the kitchen, right? So out of the 8, I was able to return 9. The one that I wasn't able to return, she says it's not on the registry. I don't think
it's been discontinued 2 years ago
or whatever. But you know what? I'm not going to argue with her. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll take it, right? So out of the 9, I got 8 returned. I got $100 back in credit, and I walked out of there feeling so good, because I felt like, hey, I got money back. I didn't waste anything. And at the end of the day, do I feel bad that I returned it? No, because and maybe I don't understand the process behind that and how that affects, but it doesn't matter, right? I got $100 back for things that I knew I would never use again. And I would have thrown that, and my husband would have just thrown it away.
Does he still know?
Yes, because as soon as I did that, I called him and I said, hey, guess what? And then he's like, oh, good for you. He's like, but didn't you feel embarrassed? And I'm like, yeah, but who cares, right? Because you can actually do that. So now it actually tells me that, you remember, so sometimes I don't like to buy things that I don't know, because I'm always like, oh, what if I don't like it? Then I'm just going to throw money away. So now in my head, when I see things at Costco and I'm interested, because that's kind of one of the things, I was like, you know what? I can try it and I can just return it.
Yeah, I guess there's also a trick for Costco, right?
Yes.
People will think that oh, I don't have to be stuck with this item.
Yes. So the reason why I asked you this question is because I think some people are really good at returning. Some people are really horrible at returning, and they just accept the fact that they just wasted money. But then there is people like us, which I think majority of the people, right, is like we always have this intent and it maybe doesn't happen. And psychologically, we stop ourselves. Like, honestly, if I stopped myself, I would have just thrown away $100 that I would never have gotten back. Right. And so, but it actually made me feel good. Like I said, I really appreciate Costco's return policy.
They don't punish you for bad decisions.
Yes.
Bad purchase decisions.
Yes. So I now in my head go, when I go to Costco, I will, sometimes I stop myself from buying something, but hey, why not try it? Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. But there's a return policy that I can always leverage. And I think in my case, 8 of the 9, after a year, it's kind of like, what the heck? But that's how forgiving Costco's return policy is.
Well, that's why, too, I think that I just do the same day service. You just order online. I'd rather pay maybe extra tip, delivery, just so I can avoid over purchasing.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
They have the bulk items, right?
Yeah.
So saves time, saves energy.
Yeah.
Saves money because the shopper will only buy what is in your list. They will stick to the list.
Yes, because you're not like shopping around. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. That actually makes really good sense because I'll tell you, it's stuff that I need, but I probably don't need right then and there. And so the other thing too is, obviously that's Costco. Have you ever, so here's another scenario of returning. So if you purchase something because you actually need it at the moment, but then you realize that, hey, if I waited a little bit, I could have actually got cheaper. But because you needed it now right then and there, you purchased it at a higher price. And then you're like, hey, it's cheaper. Would you then return what you purchased at the higher price and then get the one cheaper?
Actually, some retail stores do that. They match, or if you see something that's a lower price, then you go there and hey, I saw this online. I think Best Buy does that.
Okay.
Then they will match that
pricing.
Yeah. I think the same way you're saying, I think REI, like if you saw that it went on sale, you can just go and say, hey, I bought it at this price last week.
Yep.
Now it's like this week's price. Can you return the difference?
Sure.
I think some of the stores do that.
So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, yep, you're absolutely right on that. But so I'll give you an example.
You have so many stories.
Yeah, I do. Because so I needed a stroller, a pet stroller. Okay. And I realized I needed it because unexpectedly something happened to my dog. And I needed a stroller for an event because we were bringing him. But we had no plans to do that because we weren't planning to bring him. But because something happened, we knew we needed to bring him. So it required us to have some type of transportation. And so we needed a pet stroller. Ideally, I would get that at Amazon, but it wasn't enough time. So our only choice was to get a pet stroller at one of the pet shops. The pet shop strollers are, the cost of it, let's just say, was at $150, anywhere from $100 to $150. Amazon, if you bought it through Amazon, would be like $70. So significantly.
Wow, that is double,
right?
Almost double.
Yeah. So I couldn't wait for Amazon because I needed the stroller the next day. But I'm like, you know what? I can return this, right? And just get the Amazon one so I can order. So basically I purchased it and ordered the Amazon one. And I used it, and now I have intent to return it. I haven't opened up the Amazon one until I return this one. I told my husband goes, you're crazy. Just keep it. Forget the Amazon one.
Return the Amazon.
Just return the Amazon. We didn't use it. We used the one from
Cut their losses.
Yeah. Cut your losses. I'm like, no, that is like almost like we're talking about another $70 that could go to something else. And, he's like, it's only $70, Debbie. Like, really? But I'm like, but no, like, I just think that's wasteful. But for him, he just thinks that, you know what, you just cut your losses. You just spend an extra $70 because you needed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
With time constraints.
Yes. So now I'm in a situation where I need to turn it in within the 30 days. I don't know if I got it within the 30 days because it's like, things happen. But I think part of the reason why I'm dragging my feet is because subconsciously
There's guilt.
there's guilt in returning it, right? And by the way, when I return it, I can't return it into its original box because I've already put it together. So it's very difficult to take it all apart and put it back into the box. So when I return it, it's going to be a full-on stroller. But I looked online and they said, hey, if you're not happy or satisfied for whatever reason, you can return it. And I said, even if it's not in the box, and they said, yeah, most places will accept your return.
Is it a big store?
It's a big, yes,
okay.
it's a big pet retail store. And so that's what it says on their return policy. So again, it's within the return policy. It says, if you're not satisfied for whatever reason, you can go ahead and return it. And you can return it even if it's not within the same packaging.
Is it the exact same stroller?
It looks very similar, but I don't think it's the same maker, if that makes sense. So I think I've been dragging my feet on this. And now I'm looking for the receipt because I want to know exactly what date. And if it is within the 30 days, I'm going to make it a point to return it because I feel like, hey, that's still. But then subconsciously, I think I've been dragging my feet because if it's not within that 30 days, I'll just accept the fact that I just spent an extra $70 and I'll return the Amazon one. So that is another example of returning something where, I don't know, it really plays with your head.
Yeah, because it's a lot of money.
Yes.
And
Yes.
You could have 2 strollers.
Yes.
But that's why now with Amazon, even though they have the same day or next day or 3 days, for big purchases, you really have to plan ahead
Yes.
so that you are not in that situation.
Yes. And I just found the receipt right now and I still have 3 days that I can return this because it's still within that window. So what do you think?
3 days with your guilt and
No, yeah.
saving.
So what
not
do
if I
you
just-
So what do you think, Irene?
I don't know. It's not my
No.
choice.
What would you do? Because I know exactly what Liza would say. I'm pretty sure. Do you know what Liza would say? Would she say keep it, or you think she'd say return it?
I don't know.
You don't know what Liza would say?
I'm not sure. What do you think?
I think Liza would say return it, girl. She's like, why not return it? It's within the policy. It says 100% satisfaction.
So I'm going to play with your mind. I'm going to go in the other side.
You think
Keep it. I'll be with Peter on this one.
You will. And so why do you think I should keep it? Because I used it?
Yes.
Even though I'm not satisfied with it?
You're not satisfied because of the fact that there's a cheaper version that is not the function of the stroller.
Sure. There's no defect of the stroller. So for example, if I could get the stroller at $70 and then this at $70, even if the stroller was $80, I would have kept it.
You know what? Here's another option. There's a third option.
What's the option?
You can return the stroller, and is there a $70 stroller in that retailer, that dog store? Can you buy a $70 stroller instead of the
No,
$150?
because that was the cheapest stroller that they had. So
Maybe they have an online store that has the same price.
So your thing is hey, you bought it from the retailer. If you're going to return it and buy something, it should be from that retailer.
Yes. At least buy something cheaper. Maybe they have online strollers that are much cheaper. Maybe even if it's $100, then you don't have. So you don't feel so bad because it's not $70 difference, but maybe just 30, right?
Yeah. No. So your point is, as long as the company doesn't lose out on your sale,
Yes.
it's okay.
Just like with our Costco returns, right? At least
Costco
they
still
give
get
us the credit, and we're still spending it
Where?
at their store.
So that's where you think that you feel a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay. But this particular case, because I'm buying it from somewhere else.
You use it and then you're buying it from somewhere else.
Yeah. So I have a feeling Liza would be like, who cares? So yes. So right now I have a 3-day window to actually return it where they shouldn't have a problem. But, I'll let you know if I actually do it or not. But yes, this is what's been hanging on my head since I bought this purchase is I had every intent to return it because I knew it was going to be cheaper somewhere else. But because I needed it right then and there, I did the purchase with the intent of returning it. But I haven't done it yet because ethically, is there a problem? Although, like it said, it is within that return window. And that's the other thing too. Like that's where I'm hanging my hat, right? Is if it is within that return window, then why shouldn't you do it?
Yeah, you're still within their policy.
Yes. Yes. But this is what I place on myself. And I think that's where these big companies look at it, right? Is,
The shame, right?
yes. Yes. So yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, because like I said, once it's out of that return window, I'll just be like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But, and then like I said, even at Costco, if Costco said, hey, you can't return it, I would have been fine too.
Yeah, like, again, you cut your losses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But from my understanding, they were, that is how forgiving their return policy
They're
is.
so good.
Yeah. So I would not have been one of those people that would have argued. Yeah, I would have said, okay, if I can't return it, I would have been fine.
Yeah, because they're already so lenient with everything, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But
the ones that they actually said no to is a product that they don't carry.
Yeah, it's probably they didn't. I'm pretty sure it was from there, but they don't carry it anymore. But I guess my whole point is I'm not one of those people that would actually argue. And then, obviously if you kind of argue, sometimes they will or won't, right? But
Just to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Just, it's so much easier to just give you the refund.
Yes. So I don't go to that length, but if it's in with, I do think that if it is within the return policy, then you should be able to do it.
I actually have a return also from Walmart. So I ordered this something, right? And I knew that it wouldn't arrive on time. So I just did a pickup.
Okay.
So I got the pickup, but the other one, which is the exact same thing, arrived. So now
You have two.
I have to return the other one.
Okay.
But I never used it. I haven't even opened it.
Okay.
And I bought from the same retailer.
Okay. And so explain to me, why would you buy two?
Because I had to leave. It was actually arriving on the day that I needed it.
Okay.
But sometimes you don't know what time they're arriving, right?
So you just bought it.
So I just you know what? I should just do a pickup just to make sure
That you get it.
that I have it.
Okay.
And so I was right.
Okay.
I already left.
and it still wasn't here.
Yeah, still wasn't here. And so it arrived at night.
Okay. And so now, in that case, do you feel guilty returning it?
Oh, no, not at all. Because I got the item from Walmart also, right?
So your thing is, as long as the retailer itself is eventually getting back your business, you're fine. Like you don't feel. Versus me, I think as long as you're within that return policy or that return window and they're able to accept it, then that should be fine too.
Do you return other stuff from other retailers?
Amazon, I return stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like Amazon, I return stuff, but also sometimes I get lazy and so I miss the window. And so I probably have stuff that I should have returned that I didn't return. But that's another thing for me too now is that I get kind of tired of returning because I'm not a proponent of that's just not what I do.
Especially small items.
Yeah.
Sometimes not worth it. Right?
Yeah. So I think I'm trying to be more mindful of just returns in general. Well, just buying things in general because it's a 50-50 whether or not I'll return it. And so that's just kind of my way. Like my husband, he just doesn't like to return anything. So, him buying something, he has to really want it because he knows he doesn't return.
The opposite side of that, though, like in some Asian markets, they're really unforgiving. So I have one time, I really like jackfruit, right? So it's like a tropical fruit. Yeah. It's giant, right? And so sometimes they sell it to you in pieces.
Okay.
I actually like that when they cut it because you can see. But when it's still a whole thing, you really don't know. You're kind of risking it, but it says a no return, no refund policy.
Okay.
Right? And so I actually just got out of the gate, just on their main door, right? And then I saw that a part of it is moldy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I went back.
So in other words, you purchased it.
Yeah.
You were walking out and you just literally walked out the door.
That's 2 steps outside the door when I noticed that it was in my cart. I
Sure.
noticed, oh, there's like some mold in there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy moldy fruit, right?
Sure.
I went back right in. They won't accept
Oh my
at all.
horrible.
I'm like, can I just at least exchange it? I'm not gonna return it.
Yeah.
I just want to exchange to a better one. Nothing.
Oh, that's
Zero.
a horrible shop.
I know. So I was like, I'm not gonna use it. I just left it there.
Oh my
Even-
God, that is so horrible.
So now I don't even buy jackfruit whole. I have to make sure it's already cut and I see what's inside.
Oh no. See, to me, I think that is very unreasonable, even if their return policy is no returns, no exchanges, because you literally took two steps
yeah,
out.
I know. I was still there in that vicinity.
Well, even if you just came from like
The parking lot.
right? I mean, it sounds because you could easily show your receipt and you could say, hey,
2 seconds ago.
oh my God, that's just horrible. Do you still shop at that place?
Well, I have no choice sometimes, but I never buy their jackfruits or fruits anymore.
Oh my God. See, that would totally piss me off that I probably would never shop there anymore. But I mean, that's just a horrible return policy.
Yeah.
But they didn't even want to, no flexibility. Did you talk to just the cashier?
Yeah,
Did
I
you-
just talked
or
to the
you just
cashier,
went
yeah.
higher?
No, I was just so frustrated.
Oh my God, that's horrible. I would not like that.
They should not even sell that because like I think jackfruit is a hard fruit, so they can just cut that area and then they can sell it in pieces.
Yeah.
Not sell you the whole thing with a moldy part.
But then why wouldn't you just return? If that's the case, then how come you just didn't take it and then cut it?
I don't know. I was just probably mad that they wouldn't let me
exchange
it.
God, no, that would have
Right? Then I was like, oh, then I would be okay with it, right?
that would have pissed me off big time. But yeah, no returns. You know, I'm not a full-on return person, but I'm starting to also realize that it's not a bad thing to you stop yourself from returning, and I think that's what the companies bank on. So why would you not return if you are within that policy? So yeah, I'm all about returning. I love Costco, and by no means, like I said, whatever I returned, I definitely spend way, 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 way more at Costco. And I will keep you updated whether or not I will return my stroller. We'll see.
We were not sponsored by Costco today.
No, we weren't. But anytime they want to, we'll feel free.
That will be nice.